Have you ever heard of the term hyperfocus? You may have heard a friend or coworker talking about it, or you may have read about it online. Hyperfocus is something that persons with ADHD may experience many times in their life. At its core, hyperfocus is when someone is very intently focused on one activity for a long period of time. Typically, in the case of persons with ADHD, this means that they sort of go into a trance-like state and forget about all of their other tasks and responsibilities for the day. They lose track of time and don't realize they've spent hours working on something. And often it does not register in their brains when others try to communicate with them while they are in this hyper-focus mode. You might be asking yourself, well, if people with ADHD can focus this well, is ADHD really a problem at all? It sounds like they're fine. Psychologist Kathleen Nadeau mentions that a better definition for ADHD would be a dysregulated attention system instead of an inability to focus. Here's the distinction. Most people with ADHD hyperfocus on the things that they enjoy the most, be it hobbies or activities that are stimulating and interesting to them. Chores, daily tasks, and work tasks are often not part of hyperfocus, so it means that all those things get put on the back burner while someone with ADHD is in hyperfocus mode. Hyperfocus can often come on spontaneously too. Let's say, for example, a person with ADHD wakes up feeling super inspired. Instead of doing their morning chores, eating breakfast, and showering, they spend hours creating a beautiful painting. By the time 2 p.m. rolls around, they realize they've spent half their day working on this one project, which can be sometimes very stressful and overwhelming for the individual with ADHD. They may have missed an important meeting, plan, or have many things to do the rest of the day that they will feel rushed to get done now, if they get to them at all. According to Attitude magazine, hyperfocus is thought to result from abnormally low levels of dopamine, a neurotransmitter that is particularly active in the brain's frontal lobes. This dopamine deficiency makes it hard to shift gears to take up boring but necessary tasks. With all that being said, hyperfocus isn't necessarily a bad thing. Many successful artists, professionals, and other adults with ADHD thrive in their careers and lives utilizing hyperfocus to create and do amazing things. The most important thing to know about hyperfocus is that it can be managed and used for good. Many persons have an accountability buddy that will check on them while working on an intense project. Sometimes setting time limits and reminders on your phone also does the trick. It usually takes a few minutes for someone to snap out of hyperfocus, since it is almost like a trance state. Everything else is blocked out during this time. That's why it's important to have many different ways to grab your attention out of hyperfocus throughout the day if you need to complete other tasks of importance as well. Find the solution that works best for you. Probably one of the most fascinating things about hyperfocus is how it impacts adults with ADHD and their career paths. Individuals with ADHD are more likely to enjoy tasks that have immediate gratification or rewards. This is why, for instance, persons with ADHD may be drawn to posting their hobbies and interests on social media or doing something where they will see immediate results after completing a project. This instant gratification is important for individuals with ADHD. Attitude magazine mentions that a job that provides public accountability along with more immediate and enjoyable consequences can be ideal for those with ADHD. Interestingly, 35% of people with ADHD are self-employed by the time they reach their 30s, a figure that is far higher than the norm. That being said, hyperfocus can be a good thing. Persons with ADHD need to learn how to hone in on their best abilities and skills and utilize hyperfocus in a way that will benefit them the most in their own lives. Sometimes this might be difficult to do, but there are options out there, and it doesn't hurt to seek support and help from a professional, friends, and family. If you have ADHD and you experience hyperfocus, you're not alone. You have a gift, and you can learn to use it in ways that will make your life even more fulfilling with time.